Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Mod Garage. As you saw in our last video, we finally got this motor out. And so today, we're going to be focusing on more of the refresh stuff so that we can get it back in pretty soon here. We're not going to be going crazy. We're still going to make it like pretty stock power, but we've got a leaky main seal here. We're going to replace some gaskets. Our motor mounts are pretty much completely shot, so we're going to replace those as well. We have a new thermostat. And then we're going to be running a few block-off plates just to delete some of the systems. Like this OMP pump that basically circulates all the oil back into the fuel because rotary. But yeah, we're gonna delete that. We're gonna delete this whole system that basically takes the exhaust back into the intake. And yeah, basically everything that we can delete, we're gonna take off and keep it on stock ECU and try and not spend a ton of money on this. So yeah, today we're gonna start with some intake and exhaust gaskets. So yeah, let's get to it. We're gonna pop this header off and see where it goes. Alright guys, so this is the box we got. It is not a clutch in here actually. It's got some little goodies to make it run nicer. So if that's an exhaust gasket, that's what a rotary exhaust gasket looks like. It looks like nothing else really. It's kind of funky looking, but whatever. Here's our thermostat gasket. It's actually an OE Mazda part, which is kind of cool. We got a new thermostat. This is 183 thermostat, just stock, normal. We've got our leading and trailing spark plugs here as well. So yeah, we're going to be throwing these in because the rotary has 2 sets of spark plugs for each rotor. So yeah, we'll be throwing those guys on. And then other than that, we just have our oil pan gasket. We have our intake gaskets. So one of these goes on the block and one of them goes on the intake manifold. We also have an exhaust flange gasket and a rear main seal. And yeah, so today we're just going to be putting on these parts to get us a little bit of maintenance and reliability and so she doesn't leak too bad. And yeah, we'll get to it.
All right, guys. So we're just trying to work on getting this old intake manifold gasket off. As you can see, it's
really
extremely stuck, extremely brittle. So like, this might be a little bit of a process.
As soon as you try and crack any of it, it just like shatters off too. Like what? See, that's fucked. This is gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, we'll keep grinding on this, and I mean, this is an old motor. This kind of happens. Like gaskets definitely get fused on. This is why we're replacing them. So I don't know. We'll just keep pushing. Alright guys, what's up? So, as we got here, Noah is scraping some gaskets.
Fun times.
Yeah, real fun time. This thing is really on there. He's move the scraper for a sec. It's really only got like quarter of it maybe, and it's not even level yet, but we're getting there. In the meantime, we got the heat shield off the exhaust. That thing came right off. It was rusty as fuck. And she's just soaking a little penetrating fluid. And in the meantime, I'm gonna pop this water neck off so we can change the thermostat. Oh, that was a little rough. Hold that. There we are.
There's the old thermostat.
Cool, cussy.
Also very stuck.
Yeah, she's stuck in there. All right, so we got the old thermostat out, and I definitely did need to replace this. Like it's pretty good quality. If you see here, like. It works just fine. It's a little rough around the top, and the gasket's pretty on there, so the gasket might need replaced, but didn't need to do this. It's just a nice peace of mind.
You having fun there, buddy?
It's so fun.
Yeah, so many looks.
Oh yeah, it's so loud in there.
Yeah. Sick.
Hey guys, what's up? We're still working on this refresh here. Coming back at you. We've had a few little hang-ups, obviously, but finally got the big socket, so we can finally get this rear main seal.
Yeah, it's a freaking huge one, 2 1/8.
Yeah, it's a big drive. And yeah, other than that, we tried to get the oil pan and intake exhaust back on. But we have all the gaskets and everything's clean now. And honestly, that was the biggest time killer, like cleaning that shit.
Yeah, we can show them that oil pan.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show the oil pan here. Yeah, let it dry out in the sun for a minute, but we took it to the car wash, cleaned it up a bit.
This all looked the same color as the inside pretty much.
This was like all caked on. There's a huge gasket on here, obviously. And she's swearing. And so yeah, we cleaned it up real nice. So, yeah, we tried to get that back on, and then the intake exhaust, and that rear main seal is going to be a bit of a bitch, but see if this impact can get it, so.
Yeah, that's the plan.
See if it'll send it. Alright, let's see. We've got some nuts.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is just a Canadian Tire Mastercraft. Apparently you can get that off. That's
awesome.
Pretty sick. We thought that was going to be a lot worse and have to get a big ass breaker bar, so
yeah.
That makes me pretty happy.
Sweet. That was a lot easier than we were expecting.
I expect that to be a lot worse, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Sweet.
Whew. It's a heavy Johnny.
No mass flywheel.
Yeah, and then look at this junk seal. So we got all that greasy shit down there.
Well, that came off easy.
Wow, it came off real easy. So yeah, we got her. Looks the same. A little bit of a blemish in here. Actually, it looks kind of ripped. If you look in here, you can see there's a full-on rip through my. So that makes sense why it was leaking.
And that was right on the bottom where it was leaking from,
yeah,
isn't it?
Right where it was leaking.
Yeah, so here we got Brody laying up that fresh new gasket.
Hell yeah, we got these nice paper gaskets. Definitely not the best. Whatever. Get the job done. Won't leak.
A lot better than.
Yeah, a lot better than this.
This stuff.
This is what used to be in there.
Yeah.
So.
A little better than that.
I mean, honestly, this gasket was in pretty nice shape, but it was missing a bunch of pieces, so obviously it leaked.
It was really brittle.
Yeah. Like, yeah, when we pulled the oil pan off, it just, like, split into, like, multiple pieces. It didn't, like, come off as one at all. So, I don't know. Definitely time for replacing. It was leaking pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's get this thing in here. Drop towels running around.
Come back.
No. So this is how you line up a gasket. With something like this, you want to have like as many bolts in as possible, but if you put a bolt in basically each corner, like that, the gasket should stay pretty much in place. If you look, like, it might come up a bit, but it should go up pretty much right in there. Boom, installed. Ready to go. Let's hit the track.
Look at that seal.
That fresh seal, baby. Yeah, and then when you do anything like with anything on a motor, anything that like has a very large surface area, you always want to like spread out the bolts as much as possible when you're putting them on. And you also want to tighten from like inside out. Otherwise, basically what's going to happen is if you tighten outside in, the gasket or the material is going to bow, and you're going to have a bunch of extra material in the middle. But if you go outside in, it's going to suck in, and then the gasket's going to lay flat. If that makes sense.
Tech tips.
Tech tips.
With Mod Garage.
Bunk mechanics.
Bunk mechanics.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, if you have access to any dealership recommendations on how to tighten anything down, just do that. Because that is the best call.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright guys, what's up? So, our hardware from our oil pan, it's pretty greasy and dirty here. Like, oh. Yeah, if you take a look at that, they're pretty dirty, and like the threads are really dirty. If it'll focus. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, these are pretty dirty, so a good way to clean any kind of metal or material is if you just use Coca-Cola or Pepsi. It actually it'll take all the rust off of it, and then if you can just hit them with like a brush after, it does a really good job. So we're just gonna clean these up quick, just to make life a little easier. All right, let that sit for 5-10. Check it out in a minute. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what this looks like. It's been about 5-10 minutes. Alright, so they're definitely still a little like greasy, but the threads look a lot better. Like all the rust is gone, as you could tell from that other clip that I filmed. I mean, it works pretty well. If you leave a rusty piece of metal overnight in Coke or Pepsi, 100% promise you the rust will be gone in the morning.
Definitely, I feel like the longer you leave it, the better.
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
For sure. Like pretty much all the surface rust is gone on these. It's just they're a little dirty still. That's all, but it'll be a lot easier to get back in.
Oh yeah. Put your head in the shot.
What's up?
Put your head in the shot.
Sorry, man.
Come on, guy.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave them there. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you how to put a new rear main seal in. And all you need is a wooden block and a mallet. So just line it up the best you can. Just kind of tap it around a little bit. And then what you want to do is get the wooden block. Be a lot easier if it wasn't on a cherry picker too. Alright, so there she is. And then what you want to do is just make sure it's pretty flush. So we're pretty close. I'm going to tap it in a little bit farther, but yeah. Rear main seal.
Alright guys, so we got the flywheel back on.
Yep.
And
back on.
This huge nut, that's a 2 1/8 inch nut as we said before. And so we're getting it all back together. It's all going well. And then we looked at the torque specs and we realized it's 350 foot-pounds, which our torque wrench doesn't go up to. And you can't really torque it that much on.
Yeah, like
it just moves way too much. It's impossible. We couldn't even get 250.
No, we couldn't even get to 250. So we're gonna think about how we're gonna go about that. Because yeah, that'll be a bit of a nightmare. It's not like you can do it in the car either. Like somehow you have to stop the motor from spinning to get this.
Yeah, because you can't get to that when it's in the car. You can only do that on the, like if it was on the front, you could, but this is the back of the engine, so
yeah,
obviously.
I mean, if we wanted to really bunk, just grab a welder.
That's bad.
Yeah, that'd be really bad.
Don't do that.
But it wouldn't go anywhere.
No, but no, no. Don't listen to this guy ever.
yeah, so that's our big hang up right now. And then I think we're just gonna throw intake exhaust manifolds back on and just call it for today. I mean, this video has definitely been like drug out over a few days just because of how much shit we've had to run and get and a bunch of hang ups and whatnot, but we're trying our best here. It's a slow process. First motor rebuild, it's bound to happen. Alright guys, so in our next video we have a few things coming for the FC here. We have some block off plates and motor mounts coming in. So once we get those in, pretty much we can throw the motor in the car here. And then other than that, we have the 5-lug swap, which is going to be a big job. I mean, this car is pretty crusty and old, so I don't know how that's going to come out. But yeah, that's the big work that needs to get done on this. And then I think we're going to do some work to Noah's car here pretty soon too. So
yeah, she's needed some love.
Those are probably our next 3 or 4 videos. Maybe there'll be something else in there, but yeah, we'll let you know.
Yeah guys, so if you like that video, hit the like button. You got something to say, throw it down in the comments. And if you want to see more, please subscribe.
One more thing, depending on when this video comes up, we're going to be at Driven this weekend. You see us, come say hi.
Yeah man.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace.